Hey, hello, hello, hello. I hope everyone's having a happy Sunday. Hopefully, the lighting is okay during this live stream, simply because this is number one, a new setup for me, and number two, it's getting dark sooner, so I don't have any natural light. So yeah, hopefully that's not an issue, but the lighting doesn't look too bad, so I'll take it for now. Also, at the start of the new year, I'll have a more consistent live stream schedule like I had before. It's just scheduling has just been a little bit difficult. Also, don't forget to like the live stream. Do not forget to subscribe. I have been posting on the Patreon. I posted 2 days in a row on Patreon. I posted today and I posted yesterday. So please check out the Patreon. Now that I am not dealing with the spiritual channel anymore, I can focus more on the Patreon and be more consistent in giving y'all more content over on the Patreon. And I'll sprinkle in spiritual stuff within the Patreon. It's just easier. Okay. It's just a lot easier. So yeah, don't forget to check out the Patreon, and you can check out everything in the link tree in the description. Just press the link tree and it'll give you links, and it'll give you all the coupon codes that you need for any of the brand deals that I have with Womanizer and also with Glow Melanin. The codes are already there. That way you can get money off of skincare and then some self-pleasure products if you would like them. The robe is from Victoria's Secret. The robe is from Victoria's Secret. I got this like a winter or two ago. As far as the spiritual channel, it's just too much for me to keep up with, for me to really be consistent. And I really, really hate being neglectful on the spiritual channel. I just simply don't like it. I just don't like being so neglectful, but it's kind of like I'm only one person and there's only so much that I can do. So, yeah, I think for the most part, I'm going to end up foregoing the spiritual channel just because I just don't have enough energy and time to be consistent on it. And I just really don't think it's all that fair to be so inconsistent. And then also Patreon, it's paid, and so I do want to give more priority to the exclusive content that people are paying for, as well as the YouTube memberships on here. And also, I have some really good news. I have some really exciting collaborations coming up. So once those are done and then set in motion, then obviously I'll let you guys like know, and I'll drop the links and everything. But I have a few exciting collaborations coming together. So yeah, so now we're back. I'm not going to delete the spiritual channel. I'm keeping all that up there. So if there's anything that you want to refer as a resource, I'm keeping the channel up there. So feel free to go on the channel if there's anything that you want. But anything new or in addition, it will be on the Patreon. And also another reason too why I want to go forego the spiritual channel is because YouTube is really, really weird about like how deep you go into like the occult and like esoteric things and witchcraft and things like that. They're very, very particular about how far you go. And I always feel as though when I'm on the spiritual channel, I just feel so constrained. I mean, I already feel kind of constrained when I'm doing this anyway, because there is a decent amount of censorship and you can't say what you want to say. But in regards to that, they're really crazy about it. So that's another reason why. Okay. So let me recenter back and get back on subject as to what we're talking about today. So if anybody's been on TikTok, because I don't know what other social media platforms is talking about it, but if anybody's been on TikTok, the subject of discussion, is the fact that the girlies are not trying to live with no man. Okay. The common consensus is that the girlies are not trying to have a man in their home. It's either a woman who's always lived alone, or she lives with her parents, or it's been women that were married and they got divorced and they realized that once they started living alone, they were never going to live with a man again. But the common consensus is that women do not want to live with these men. And I'm so glad that we are talking about it, because I've always shared this sentiment. I have never, ever, ever had the urge or desire to want to live with a man. I grew up the only child. I've never had to share my things. I've never really had to share my space. And if I'm being completely honest, like I've gotten to live most of my life kind of being a slob. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, like when I go back home and I'm at my dad's place or I'm at my mom's place, child, they let me be a slob and they clean up after me. I mean, I'm not terrible. I'm not nasty. I'm not nasty, but I'm a little dirty. Honestly, I'm a little dirty. My place is clean now, but yeah, it's going to take me about 2 to 3 business days for me to like get the place back turned over. Like I have like a 2 to 3 turnaround time as far as, yeah, me cleaning up around the place. Okay. So I wrote 10 reasons. I literally wrote it down. I wrote down 10 reasons as to why I will never live with a man. And please, in the chat or in the comments, I would love to hear your reasons as to why you would not live with a man. Okay. So, reason number one, it's dangerous. Okay. That is the first reason why I will never live with a man. It's dangerous. It is statistically proven that the most dangerous place for a woman to be is her home. Okay. And the reason why it's dangerous is because there's a man there. Okay. That's the reason why they call it DV. They call it domestic violence because domestic is your home. It's literally happening in the place that you live. And I don't know about you, but after a long day, after work, after a night out, after a workout, I want to come home to a place that I know is going to be quiet, it's going to be peaceful, and most importantly, it's going to be safe. After work, your home is the number one place that you're going to be spending the most time at. And when you have to go home and your natural predator is there, like when I think about living with a man, I think about living with cockroaches. I think about living with cockroaches or like mice. Like, have you ever had like cockroaches? Like I grew up in the hood. Okay. So I grew up with cockroaches and mice. Okay. And you be afraid to kind of come home and you got to switch on the lights real quick and look and you got the cockroaches are going to scatter everywhere. And then, you're afraid of like some mice like running across you or something like that. Like you're going to constantly always be on guard. And that's how I feel when there's a man there. I feel that same level of guardedness when you have cockroaches or mice in your house. You see the little cockroach darting across, little mice darting across, and you're like, and you freak out a little bit, and then you're like, oh shit, and then even more so, it's just like, and then another part of it too is it's like if you get a man in your home, it's like the cockroach analogy all over again, because another thing too is sometimes y'all will have these men come in your place and then y'all be having to fight tooth and nail to get them out. Please, please, if you're dealing with a man, please do not make it a regular occurrence for him to spend time at your house. I never had men come up into my place ever. Very, very rarely would I have men come up into my place. I would go over to their place. Men, the amount of comfort that women have in their home, in the peace, in the safety, in the coziness, in the aesthetic, men have no problem making themselves feel real comfortable setting up shop in your own place because of how comfortable and peaceful it is. And they get to enjoy all the perks and all the benefits of all the peace and the sanctuary that you've provided. Meanwhile, they're fucking disturbing your peace in this beautiful place that you have cultivated and that you put so much effort into. So, it's very, very dangerous. And there are a lot of stories on TikTok that you can look at there were women out here that have had to fake eviction notices. They literally had to buy a brand new home, or they had to rent an apartment because the man that they were dealing with then became a squatter, and then she could not get rid of him. And then because he was getting mail delivered to her home legally, that means that he would possess residence, and these women could not get these men out. Or they did some little verbal lease agreement where the man just agreed and said, "Oh, well, I'll have you move in as a tenant," and then the men would never pay. And once again, they got mail delivered there. They're a resident. They don't have to pay anything. And so they're a squatter. There are a lot of horror stories on things that can happen when you move these men into your home. And I also believe this is a good time to talk about this because, baby, we are in peak hobosexual season. Peak hobosexual season. There's a man out there praying to stumble across a woman who is lonely. She's tired of rolling around on her bed alone. She's tired of having to snuggle up herself and cuddle up herself at night. And so he is on the hunt, baby. He is on the hunt. He done left the homeless shelter and he is on the hunt trying to find a woman that is so desperate and so lonely that she is just going to decide to take him in and let him be a hobosexual in her place. And yeah, so beware, ladies. Okay, y'all are not, these men are not the same as you taking in a stray cat or a stray dog. Okay, it's not the same. Leave these men at the door, okay, and keep the door closed. Do not let them enter your home. Okay. Okay, well, I already mentioned this while I was talking about this, but the second reason why I don't want to live with man is I'm an only child and I don't want to share anything. I don't want to share anything. And when I say share, the number one thing in terms of sharing is food. There's been a large conversation in regards to the weaponization of food that men have. Now, me personally, I haven't experienced this firsthand, and the reason being is because I like small men. I do. I like small men. I'm small. I don't see the point of me dealing with a man that's 6'1". I've said this plenty of times before. It only took for me to date one man that was significantly bigger than me for me to realize these motherfuckers eat way too much. Okay. These motherfuckers are going to empty out your entire refrigerator. And the thing about it is that it is such a raw deal because who is the person that is primarily going out to the grocery store to do the grocery shopping? It's the woman. So the man is not the one going to the grocery store, getting all the food, paying for all the food, knowing how much it costs, and then thinking to himself, "Oh, okay, I paid XYZ amount of money for steak and for rice and for this." No, you're the one that is buying the food and replenishing the food, and then they're going to go on ahead and eat that food, and then before you know it, you're going to constantly be making grocery store runs, and before you know it, you're going to be looking in the refrigerator, and you're going to be like, "What the fuck is there left to eat? What do I have for myself to be able to eat?" Because he done ate everything. I don't want to have to share my food. And then also another thing too is that a lot of these men have really shitty diets. Okay. A lot of these men have really shitty diets. And a very large fear of mine has always been that living with a man, especially when it comes to food, he's going to completely throw me off track from what it is that I like to eat and what it is that I need to eat to stay on my health goals, my weight goals, all of that. That has always been a very large fear of mine because these men eat like garbage. They eat like garbage. They want to have a ton of snacks inside the place. They want to have a ton of chips and cookies and all of this stuff. They want to have all of this stuff up in the house, and I don't want to eat any of that stuff, and I don't want it in my home because when it's in your home, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be able to eat it. And then also, not to mention, as you get older, when these men are neglecting their health with their food choices, when it comes to food and living with a man, once something happens with him, everyone in the family has to eat differently. Everyone in the family has to change how they're eating. So if he gets diagnosed with diabetes, everybody's got to eat in the house as if they're diabetic. The children, the mom, and the father, they have to cook. They have to cook as if everybody is diabetic. Or if you have different palates in the home, then you'd have to cook for how your husband wants to eat. Then you have to cook for how your children want to eat. It's just a hot mess. um I'm the only child. I just asked for what it is that I want, and they would give me what I wanted to eat, and I didn't have to share it. And there weren't all these concessions that had to be made in regards to my diet. This is honestly why this sounds really terrible, but this is also another reason why when I would date men, I would like to date wrestlers, because number one, I was a gymnast. And when it comes to food, I have a lot in common with wrestlers because we have more of like eating disorder type of thinking. And so a lot of the time, those men that were wrestlers, they really wouldn't want to eat. And so then I wouldn't have to care about cooking. It wouldn't matter about me cooking for anybody or anything like that. So yeah. Okay, reason number three, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to feel obligated to have sex with anybody. I don't want to have that be another chore on my list. Um, after a long day of work, I work 12 hours. And let me tell you, after a 12-hour shift, I barely want to prepare a meal for myself after I get off of work, let alone freaking opening up my legs. Like, I just don't want to do that. I do not want to feel obligated and to just constantly have it as an expectation that I would have to sleep with my partner. And another thing too is that when you're living under the same roof as a man, it kind of goes back to number one with the whole dangerous thing, but like you also have to realize too, whenever you live under the same roof as a man, your chances of getting R worded is gonna like go up through the roof, because there's just this thing, there's like this unwritten rule that a lot of men have, where, especially if you're married and you're cohabitating with a man, he has 1000% entitlement to your body, and he can have access to your body 24/7, 365. I mean, you literally have women who their husbands scream at them, berate them, and get so pissed off because these men are not even letting their wives take a shower. They're not even letting their wives lock the bathroom door in order for them to be able to take a shower, because men know that you being in the shower, you're in a more vulnerable position. And so they're going to go into the shower and they're going to R word you, or they're going to weaponize cheating against you and threaten you by saying that they're going to cheat on you if you don't sleep with them, knowing that you're not in a predicament to sleep with them. So women that get surgeries, they get hysterectomies, they're postpartum. A lot of men like to take these opportunities as a reason to weaponize cheating in order to put you in a situation where they will coerce you to sleep with them even when you don't want to sleep with them. And this personally has happened to me, and I wasn't even living with him. I wasn't even living with him. I just only seen him on the weekends. And it literally only took one time for me to deny one of my ex-boyfriends sleeping with him for him to weaponize cheating against me. Oh, well, if you're not going to sleep with me, then that just means I'm going to have to find somebody else to sleep with. Well, then go for it. Go find somebody else to sleep with. Because if the shoe were on the other foot, at one point the shoe was on the other foot. If the shoe was on the other foot, if you have a man on the video game and you try it. You got a man and he's on his video game. He's over here trying to do work. He's busy. See how tired he gets of you constantly interrupting him watching a game. See how annoyed he gets with how often you interrupt him playing a video game or watching football when you're trying to sleep with him. It'll be cute at first, and then eventually he's going to be like, okay, get off of me. Like, I don't feel like doing it. They're going to return that same energy to you, because even they have moments where they feel as though sleeping with you would be an inconvenience. Trust me, I've lived it. Okay, number 4. I want to be lazy. no brainer. I want to be lazy in the presence of a man. In the presence of a man, it's like this thing where they're expecting for you to perform. A lot of them are expecting, it's like, okay, so I remember my first job was at Express, the clothing store Express. And when you work on the floor, they don't ever want you idle. Even if there's nothing to be done, they at least want you to pretend like you're doing something. So even if it meant that like you would like undo some folded clothes and then just like fold the clothes or like get, rearrange things in the rack and stuff like that, they always want you to show to the customers that you're busy. And that's how I kind of feel when it comes to living with a man. They don't ever want to see you idle. They don't ever want to see you resting. They want you to be in a state where they are constantly seeing you perform, where they're going to create a problem. They're going to create an issue in order for you to get off your booty and work and do something, even if nothing has to be done. And they do this continuously by leaving a lot of messes all over the place, eating up all the food so that you have to keep cooking. I don't have time for that. Okay. I don't have time for that. Like I said earlier, I have a 2 to 3 day turnaround rate when it comes to what I'm going to do in my place as far as the cleanliness and laundry and stuff like that. I'm not picking up a mess as soon as it's made. And the thing about it is that, see, me, a man would hate living with me because I'm gonna let the dishes pile up. Like, I'm gonna let the dishes pile up. The bathroom gonna be looking like whatever. We're just gonna be dirty together. Okay, we're just gonna be living dirty together because ain't no man giving me a sense of urgency that I don't already have. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just not. I'm not going to be cleaning up, working overtime because a man's here. It's not ever happening. I'm just too lazy for that. Okay, another reason. This is reason number 5. This is reason number 5 that we're on. I want to enjoy my man hating content. I want to enjoy my man hating content. I've been binging Bourbon Bougie. If you're not following Bourbon Bougie, please follow Bourbon Bougie. She does a lot of like Reddit, like "Am I the Asshole" stories in regards to all different types of relationship dynamics. She has a really, really good channel. I've been binging the fuck out of Bourbon Bougie's channel. I've been having it played on my TV. And I remember my last ex-boyfriend, he was over and I was watching my man hating content and he was like, I don't agree with yada yada yada. And it's like, I don't want to hear your commentary. Okay. I don't want to hear what opinion you have over what it is that I'm fucking watching. Okay. I want to watch what I'm watching in peace. And I don't want to hear your opinion. Like, I don't know what it is, but it is something so invasive about the presence of a man when I'm watching TV. I don't even like my dad to do it. Like, whenever I'm at my dad, it's obviously my dad's place. So like, who cares? Nothing I could do about it. But like, when I'm downstairs and I'm watching TV and he sits down and he will watch TV with me like too. And I'm just like, I don't want you down here for even 3 seconds watching what it is that I'm watching, right? Because I just kind of feel like when it comes to things that women enjoy watching, I feel like men always have they always have silent judgment. They always have silent judgment on like what it is that you're watching and things like that. And they want to ask you a ton of questions and things like that. Thankfully, my dad isn't vocal about it, but sometimes I could just feel it. And I just don't feel like doing that. I want to enjoy the things that I like enjoying in peace. So like even music, you know what I mean? Even if you're someone that plays music, obviously it works out fine if you share the same taste in music with the person. But the thing about it is that my taste in music is like a revolving door. I don't always want to listen to the same genre of music. And like, there's already a lot of judgment, especially as a Black woman, like what music you should be listening to. You know, all different types of things. And so I don't really, overall, there are music genres that don't fit the stereotype of what I should be listening to. And depending on who the man is, I don't feel like hearing that bullshit. Okay. I don't feel like hearing that bullshit. Um, Number 6, it kind of went into number 4 a little bit, but number 6, I want to only clean up after myself. Like I said before, I'm lazy. Okay. If I see something that needs to get put away, I'm like, okay, I'll put it away tomorrow, or like I'll do the dishes tomorrow. Hell, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I'm just going to do half the dishes in the morning and just get the dishes clean that need to be clean. And then I'll do the rest of the dishes tonight. Or I'll only do half of the laundry. Hell, sometimes I don't feel like completing the laundry. I'll dump all that laundry on my bed and I'll sleep right beside it. Hell, sometimes I won't even sleep beside it. I'll just go dump it on the couch. I like rock music too. I like rock music too. And it's so funny because, excuse me, when I did my showcase for pole dancing, people were probably I know all them white people. I know they were shocked as hell because I ended up doing my pole performance to Corn. I ended up doing oh my god, I ended up doing my pole performance to Corn, and I know them white people were like, "What the?" And I don't have time to hear somebody be like, "This is primarily if you're dealing with a black man. Obviously, a white man, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of shame or ridicule. They'll be impressed if anything, but." It's a black man, you already know he's going to be like, that's white people music. Why are you listening to that? What's wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, I only want to clean up after myself. That's already a chore within itself, cleaning up after myself. I don't want to clean up after another person, especially not no damn man. Like, I'm sorry. I may not be the cleanest person ever. But I kind of feel like I'm going to at least be cleaner than the average man. Okay? Me personally, I feel as though I'm going to yeah. And yeah, Corn is considered new metal, but I mean I guess Pantera, that's considered rock, right? Pantera is considered rock. Alice in Chains is considered rock. Um, yeah, but you're right. Corn is new metal. But yeah, so it's just like, no, I don't want to run the risk. I've gotten lucky. Most of the men that I've dealt with, they've been a lot cleaner than me. Okay. They tend to be a lot cleaner than me. Um, okay, number 7. I don't want to talk to somebody. I don't want to talk to anybody. One of the biggest reasons that I love living just me is just me. I don't have to have a conversation with somebody, and I don't have to have these performative conversations with anybody. And another thing, too, I don't have to have a confrontation. That was one thing that used to drain the heck out of me, and that really deterred me from ever wanting to deal with a man. I don't mind confrontation. Confrontation is the last thing that I care about, but with a man, confrontation with a man is so energetically draining because it just goes in circles. It just constantly goes in circles. You never meet a resolution whenever you have a confrontation with a man. And like I said earlier, your home should be a place of peace. It should be a sanctuary for you to be able to escape. It should be a place that you look forward to coming home to. I don't have the time to want to sit here and have these discussions and have these talks and deal with passive aggressiveness or um deal with the silent treatment. You know what I mean? I don't I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. And the thing about it is that they just want to keep talking over and over and over and over. Like, oh my God, like one time, I can only use my dad as like recent examples because y'all already know I don't date nobody. I haven't dated anybody in almost over a year. It literally will be a year in February since I last had a relationship with somebody. I've been single for almost a year. And I remember me and my dad, we ended up bumping heads. We ended up not seeing eye to eye within a situation. And once we talked about the situation, okay, cool. And then more stuff ended up happening. And so then we talked about the situation, okay, cool. After we had that like second conversation, because more stuff like happened, I was totally fine. I was totally fine with us never having a conversation about whatever happened again. My daddy wanted to keep talking about that stuff for like an additional 2 or 3 days. And I literally looked at him and I was just like, why are we still talking about this? Why are we still talking about this? And he just like, I can't believe yada 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 yada. And in my brain, I'm just like it in my brain, I'm just like, but we already had the discussion about it. Us revisiting the conversation, it just isn't going to do anything. And I was just like, what are we doing? And so that's the thing that I've realized is that even once you have deaded the conversation in whatever the subject matter was, they want to keep ruminating. They want to keep ruminating over the conversation and they want to keep having it over and over and over. And a large part of the reason why they want to keep doing that is because what I've learned is that most men, they don't know how to do an emotional process alone. So the reason why they keep coming back after you all have clearly resolved the conversation is that they want to be able to emotionally regulate through you. So they want you to be their therapist and they want to dump all of their feelings out onto you in order for you to process it for them and to like get them to the place emotionally where they can regulate so that way they can move on. And they will do this through a number of ways. Wearing you down to change your mind, like you said, wanting to then make you be at fault. They want it any way that they can in their little infantile, juvenile way in order for them to do this. They will constantly find a way to have the situation be resolved, but now they want it resolved in like a favorable way that makes them feel better emotionally is what my experience has been. I don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over. Like we ended up resolving the situation. What gives? Like I'm not doing all that emotional labor. I'm not doing all that emotional labor, okay? Number 8, I don't want to share my bed. I don't want a man in my bed, okay? Number 1, the snoring. The snoring. Snoring is a hard no for me. A very hard no for me. Sleep is sacred. Okay? Sleep is very 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 sacred and I am so tired of this like normalization of the fact that these men they get to be super disruptive in their they get to be super disruptive to us in our sleep, and as women we're just supposed to just sit here and just take it to the chin, and we're just supposed to just figure out ways to like I'm sorry, like there was one guy, we weren't in a relationship and we weren't dating, we just had a friends with benefits type of situation. In the first night that I spent the night, oh, it was terrible. His snoring was so bad. So then the second time we ended up hooking up, um, he ended up getting a CPAP. He ended up getting a CPAP machine. So he was sleeping with the CPAP, and I was like, "Oh, what made you get the CPAP machine?" And he's like, "Oh, I found out that I had a deviated septum, and I have to wear it for X amount of time. I have to meet like a percentage of how often I'm wearing it. That way, my insurance is going to cover it." And he told me that his ex girlfriend wore earplugs whenever they slept beside each other. Bitch, I'm never sleeping in the same bed as you. Never sleeping in the same bed as you. I'm not going to sit here and put on earplugs and do all of these crazy things that I need to so that way I can get some sleep at night. No, absolutely not. So I've gotten kind of lucky, thankfully. But once again, I ain't live with no man. So but when I would do my sleepovers, my spend the nights with these men, um, me personally haven't had too many farting episodes, but I know these men are nasty and I know they be farting. I know they be farting. I know, and listen, I be farting too, but but I'm a woman. My farts are not going to pack that much of a punch like a man is. I'm sorry. And I did mention the Schmex thing. That's another thing. It kind of goes into what I said about not wanting to sleep with them. Um, yeah, the bed is just a very, very vulnerable place. And getting that's another sensitive topic to get into, but like these men will literally try to sleep with you, or they will sleep with you while you're sleeping. They'll sleep with you while they'll do things, they'll do acts while you're sleeping, because that's like, honestly, okay, so I do kind of want to talk about that, because like, I don't know how I feel like now that I'm older. You know how men say things like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna wake you up," or "I want to wake you up to like oral," or "wake you up to like XYZ." I'm older, and like when you really think about that, it's like that's still not consensual. That's still not consensual when you do that. Like the person is freaking asleep. It would be like if the person was sedated. It's like the person would be sedated and you would do that. Mm-mm. So that's another thing too. Um, yeah, that's too much of a vulnerable position to be. That's too much of a vulnerable position to be in. I don't want somebody trying to take advantage of me while I'm sleeping. That's scary. Okay. Number 9. When you're alone, if only there could be a fly on the wall for us to see how weird some of us get when we're alone. I want to be weird alone, okay? I like to do a lot of witchy things and like occult things and things that would make men feel very uncomfortable. Like there was this one guy. So I remember I worked in roofing sales, and this guy told me that he had a girlfriend and they live with each other, and she was very much into like all of her occult things and things like that. He made her throw it all away. He was like, "I don't want any of that stuff in our home." And so I ended up making her throw it all away. Bitch, you're the one getting thrown away. You're the one getting thrown away. I'm not throwing away any of my things. You're the one that's getting tossed off to the side. I want to do all my weird stuff. Like, huh, I just want to do weird stuff. You know what I mean? I want to like sing obnoxiously or start stimming if I want. I want to start stimming randomly. Um, I want to talk to myself. There are a lot of things that I want to be able to do, and I want to be able to do it judgment free. And the only way that I'll be able to do it judgment free is if I'm alone. I don't want some man coming up to me being like, "Why are you talking to yourself? What's wrong with you?" Like, I don't, I want to be weird alone, and men just don't have you. Yes, speaking in British accent. Yeah, like I just want to be able to do weird things or like scream randomly or break out into dancing randomly, dancing like a weirdo. Like I just don't want somebody, I don't want to have surveillance. I don't want to have surveillance on me. Like The way I look at it is this. For a lot of us, we had to grow up for 18 years under the surveillance of our parents. That's how I look at it. For a lot of us, we had to live under the same roof with somebody for a minimum of 18 years. I didn't move out until I was 27 because I paid for my college out of pocket and I didn't have to worry about paying for rent. So I stayed in the home until I was 27. Bitch, I would, man, these men are crazy. I wish I would shack up with somebody after I done lived with my folks until I was 27. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. No. I don't want I no. Mm-mm. If I wanted to live with somebody, I might as well go live back with my family rent free. If I'm gonna live with somebody, I might as well go live back with my family and do it rent free. I'm not gonna be having somebody up underneath me and I can't be weird and I gotta think, oh, okay, they may open up the door, they may see me being weird. Man, I don't have time for that craziness, okay? Honestly, oh, and also this list is in no particular order. It's really in no particular order because this last one, number 10, it really should have been up. If I was doing it in a particular order, this one would have been way, way, way higher up on the list. Okay, way higher up on the list. Child, I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do any emotional labor. I don't want to, listen, after working a 12-hour shift, like I said before, I don't want to cook for myself. I don't want to cook for myself. So the fact that I would have to cook for two people, no. Cleaning, no. I'm not doing it. Nope. The shit could stay the way that it is as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to clean. I don't want to pick up after somebody. Like, can I take your plate? Can I take your plate and clean it? Hell no. I'm never asking a man that. I'm never asking a man if I can clean his plate or if I could cook for him. I'm not doing that shit. I am not doing that shit. Absolutely not. Cooking, cleaning, and guess what? I'm not doing the emotional labor either. You had a bad day at work. You're a man. You'll get through it. That's what I used to say to one of my exes to avoid doing any emotional labor. Whenever a man is trying to emotionally stockpile on you, all you have to do, all you have to do is just use the patriarchy against him and just say, "You're a man, you're strong, you'll get through it," and they won't bring it up again, I promise you. They won't. They won't bring it up again. That's all you have to say. I would say that all the time to one of my ex-boyfriends because I'm like, I don't care about anything you're going through emotionally. I'm not getting paid as a therapist to unpack this stuff with you as if I don't have my own shit to unpack. You're a man, you're strong, you're macho, and you're logical. You'll figure it out. I guarantee you're going to figure it out. Okay? Because I don't want to hear about any of that stuff. And a lot of the time, it's just dumb stuff. It's just things that don't even warrant the reaction that they have in regards to whatever situation they're complaining about. A lot of the time it's just like, this is what you're complaining about. Like, my uterus is shedding its endometrium and I have to pretend like nothing is happening. I just can't. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I tell them they're so manly and they're going to be so much more manly if they figure it out on their own. And usually they get the hint. Usually they understand at that point. So that was everything for my list. I can't think of anything else specifically outside of what it is that I named. Oh, you want to know what? I have another one that I came up with. Why do men like everything so goddamn loud? Is it just me? Why do they like everything so goddamn loud? There were 2 men, oh my god, there were 2 men in a row that I dealt with. They had these large ass speakers in their shower. They're like, "Yeah, I like to listen to music when I shower." Why do you need a speaker the size of the upper half of my body in order to be able to listen to music? Like, are you showering in the Niagara Falls? Like, what speaker system do you need to be so loud to override the shower? The shower ain't that loud. You only need a basic speaker to be able to hear anything in the shower. The TV, too. I like my TV low. Okay. I like my TV low. I don't like the music real loud. Well, it's because they have all that ear hair. That's what it is. They got all that ear hair and they're clogging up their ears. And then we already know that they don't be cleaning out their ears. So the ear hair with the ear wax, no sound is getting through. They have all of this insulation in their ear. That's the reason why they be having to listen to everything so freaking loud. No, I had one of my ex-boyfriends, he loved listening to music and he loved having the music on loud, and I had to study because it was some registry exams that I needed to pass. And I told him, I said, no. I said, no. I said, I said, if I fail this exam, it's your fault. I said, I'm gonna blame it on you, and I'm gonna make you pay me $225 for me failing this exam because you want to have this music up super loud. And then guess what? He started wearing headphones. I had to threaten him. I was like, if I fail this test, if I had to fail this test, you're paying me $225. He's like, okay, I'll just start putting on my headphones. Okay, cool. Cool. When I found out this fine ass dude didn't clean his ears, his earwax was dripping out. See, I'm convinced men that want the volume real high, they're not cleaning out their earwax. Their earwax and their ear fuzz with all the hair in there. They be having hair growing out their freaking eardrums. Mm-mm. Someone mentioned decor. Decor is another one. Decor is another one. Having to compromise on that. And that's another thing too, decorating your home. Like, I'm sorry, I want my home to feel like I want it to be like how the home of a girl would. You know what I mean? Even men that do put some level of thought process into their home decor is still empty as hell. It's still empty as hell. I'm like, where are the pictures at? Where are the pictures at? Okay, where are the where's the decor? Like, where are the accent pieces? You know what I mean? Where are the accent pieces? It's like there's no life. There's no life to the home. It's just a house. It's just a place. Earl Jenkins. Right, a recliner and an air mattress in a TV that's not even on a fucking TV stand. I mean, yeah, one thing that I can say with the men that I dealt with, that's one of the reasons why I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. I told y'all the story with his couch. I told y'all the story with his couch. It was a number of reasons why I broke up with him, but that was one of the surmounting reasons why I broke up with him. I never had been to his place. We would always go out, and so I had never ever been to his place. And I went over there, and his couch, he had one of them fake leather couches. I'm talking fake leather couches. He probably got his couch from Shein. His couch from Shein. if Shein was selling couches, he got his couch from Shein. His baby, that leather was peeling off. That leather was peeling. And I got over there and I saw that couch. And he was like, don't mind my couch. He was like, my dog is always jumping up on my couch. And it's been cracking, and then all of the leather all of the leather is uh, all the leather started lifting and peeling off. I was like, chow, that couch looked like somebody pissed on it. And it looked like somebody pissed on that couch and covered it up with frosting. And the frosting just started peeling off. I mean, it looked terrible. It looked terrible. He got that couch off of Shein or Temu. He did. He got it off of Shein or Temu because his place looked like a dungeon. I was like, oh no. This is a hard no. This is a hard no for me. The men that I deal with, oh no, you at least got to have a comfortable home. I'm not trying to go in no man's home and question if I'm serving 15 to life. Some of these men's houses you be walking in and you like, was I on a trial that I didn't know about? Like you be looking around like, and they be living in the hood, and they got them windows, they got the bars on there. You're like, is this a prison sentence I wasn't aware of that I was serving? What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? What's happening? Like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. And he had his dog, and the dog was the man was just completely unsanitary. Like, the hygiene. This is a thing too. I guess hygiene is a big thing too. I don't want to run the risk of being with a man that's unhygienic and he's living under the same roof as me. I don't want to have to do that. I don't want to have to deal with that either if he's unhygienic. I can tolerate I could tolerate a few water bottles, or like some food wrappers or whatever. I could tolerate that. Mm-mm. But cause see, that's one thing that I have noticed with men. That's one thing I have noticed with men. If the men are clean, like, so when I'm saying clean, I mean they keep their place clean, they're not hygienic. They tend to not be all that hygienic. You're usually going to get one or the other. Very rarely am I going to run into a man that's going to be hygienic and he's going to be clean, because the clean ones, the ones that are clean with their space, they don't want to take a shower. They don't want to brush their teeth. Hold on, let me get my lip mask. Hold on. Because I'm licking my lips a lot. Thank you for the super chat. They'll be nasty, but period blood is just too much. Exactly. Thank you so much for the super chat, boo. But it's the lack of hygiene for me. Okay, like one of my exes, I don't want to say he was completely unhygienic because he wasn't, but it's like, I'm sorry, the first thing I got to do in the morning is I got to brush my teeth. Okay, I don't like the taste. I don't like the taste that has in my mouth. Okay, when I've been sleeping all night and my saliva's just been sitting, I don't want to drink water. I don't want to drink coffee. I don't want to put anything in my mouth first thing in the morning except some goddamn toothpaste and some water with a toothbrush, moving it all around. Like, and he didn't understand that. He was like, "Why are you going to be brushing your teeth if you're not leaving the house?" Because it makes me feel better when I have fresh breath, and he also couldn't fathom why I wanted to take a shower even though I wasn't leaving the house, and I'm like, "Because I wanna feel clean." I do, I wanna feel clean, and I used to get so pissed off at him too because I'm like, it's early in the morning and you just woke up, and I always tell y'all this story or any story with this. Oh, I can't stand it. It's like these men, they don't want to wash their fucking teeth. They don't want to brush their teeth in the morning. People don't talk enough about the dirty head smell. Even if a man is bald, doesn't mean he doesn't have to wash his head. Yeah. And I'm like, ew, you didn't brush your teeth and you trying to put my freaking titty in your mouth. And so now my titty is going to stink like stinky breath now. Ugh, that's like, that used to piss me off. That used to piss me off. I would be like, ugh, ugh. Great. Now I have to take a shower. Now I have to really take a shower now because you've put your gross mouth on me. And so now I stink. Now I stink like your mouth. Like, this is insanity. This is insanity. Gross. Gross. I'm looking through the comments, through the chat. I think my mom envied me because I lived on my own. When I got out of the army, I bought my first house and it was nice to be alone. Yeah, mom's probably was jealous. Mom's probably was jealous, but that's amazing, girl. You got your first house. Shout out to you. I told a guy once he needs to clean his house, and he was so judgmental of me and very sassy. So, in nervousness, he answered, I like living in my own filth. What the hell? Said their dental hygiene is always bad and don't let them have veneers. Girl, and whole time they had a veneer tech in Atlanta do the veneers for fucking $150. Meanwhile, their teeth are rotten from the inside out. Like, yeah, a veneer tech did my veneers. Yeah, I got the hookup. And it's like, sir, there is no such thing as a veneer tech. You're supposed to be going to a dentist. Y'all, he didn't crack a smile or nothing. I'm like, gotta get my shit together because I'm embarrassed. It's the best. Welcome to all of the first timers for live streams. So if you're new here, live streams are honestly my bread and butter on this channel because you all really, really support the live streams. And you all really do enjoy the live streams. So the live streams are definitely my bread and butter. When I'm not live streaming, I do upload only content. So I will make videos and I will make shorts, but most of the time I'm going to be doing live streams, but I do everything. I do upload onlys and I do live streams. So if you're somebody that subscribed to me and you came here from my upload only videos, please keep it in mind. Primarily, I like to do live streams. Last month was my full live stream month, and I ended up losing a decent amount of subscribers simply because I think that a lot of people have followed me from the upload only content that I was doing around October and September. And because I had like a full month to do live streams, I focused on live streams mostly, and I didn't really do a whole lot of upload only stuff. So please keep that in mind. Um, yeah, the live streams are just really good to like unwind and just talk crap, and it's really good if you're like cleaning or working out or stuff like that. Like, long form content is always good to kind of have like in the background. And so usually what I like to do if you're new here, usually the first hour, so a minimum of my live streams, minimum 2 hours. So at a minimum, my live streams are going to be 2 hours. And then usually the first hour is when I actually talk about the subject matter in the title. And then usually the last hour is primarily just me talking to y'all in the chat. And it's just like girly talk. It's just kind of whatever. It's just like whatever comes up. And, I just I just decided to talk about whatever, and we just kind of dilly dally the last hour, like girl talk, like girl time or whatever. Cause yeah, it's not like, I mean, I don't really have like any friends for real. I'm very much like to myself, and y'all know I don't date nobody or deal with nobody. So I like just having the community and talking to you guys and chatting with you guys. And I keep it super, super safe over here. I keep it super safe over here. So the chat, like the chat's a very safe place. The chat is going to be good vibes. I don't let no dusties get up in here. As soon as I see these dusties, I block them. So you ain't never going to have to worry about arguing with some dusty in the chat or arguing with some dusty in the comments. For the most part, I block them unless I'm feeling froggy. And then I don't mind going back and forth with somebody if I have the Did you guys see that in the chat? Did you guys see that in the chat? Thug Life 27. Can you unblock my account, please? See what I mean? See what I mean? See what I mean? They be begging me to unblock them. They be begging me to unblock them. And it don't take much for you to get blocked over here. All it takes is for you to do something stupid one time and you're getting blocked. And so I don't be wasting no time with these men. I be blocking them immediately. I be blocking them immediately. It's strict over here. Can you believe that Dusty asked me to unblock him? As soon as I said I blocked Dusty's, can you please unblock my other page, please? Like what? He didn't survive. He didn't survive 30 seconds. He didn't survive 30 seconds in the chat. He got blocked after 5 seconds. I be cracking up. I be cracking up. Remember that guy on the last live stream? Oh my god, we had a guy on the last live stream. What was that over the weekend? He had 3 separate accounts. He had 3 separate accounts that he logged into. And once he logged into the third and final account, can you unblock me? Can you unblock my second account, please? That probably was him. That probably was him. It was probably that guy that had already had 3 accounts. He's probably making another account as we speak. Like, come on. Come on. Like the last place that I want to be is in the chat section of any men content. Any content that is completely opposing mine, the last place I want to be. Something is wrong. Like, oh my God, why are you begging me? Why are you begging me to talk? These men are crazy. These men are crazy. Like, oh my God. See, all these accounts she made, this is how many streams of income these men need. These men will be making multiple accounts, but don't know how to make multiple streams of income. This person has like 5 different accounts. Why don't you have 5 streams of income? I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Actually, Exoticals United was she was actually one of the content creators that actually kind of pushed my content forward when I first started content creating and when I first started a channel on here. Exoticals United was my very, very first like person to kind of push me here on YouTube specifically. I don't watch any of her. I watched the video that she did with the Danish Deception. Let me block. Anyway, Exoticals United, she ended up shouting out my page and she actually ended up like pushing my stuff, forward or whatever. And I watched a lot of her content. I watched a lot of her content this time last year. I did. I watched a lot of her content this time last year. So she said me trying to find the Dusties. So I watched a lot of her content, and then all of a sudden I just stopped. Honestly, I just stopped watching it. Not really for any other reason, but I have seasons of watching people's content. Um, I don't mind her content. I get that a lot of people could be sensitive. I get that a lot of people could be sensitive to her content, but she has really good talking points. Honestly, she has really, really good talking points, but none of it really bothers me, if I'm being honest. Oh, yes. They did a test where if women change their gender to male on Uber Eats and DoorDash, they are less likely to be harassed. It's sickening. Girl, guess what? I'm a male. I'm a male on DoorDash. I'm a male on DoorDash. And guess what? If you don't want to have to pay to have your food expedited, just put a male name. So now I don't have to worry about paying all that money. I don't have to worry about paying extra. So if you want to, just make it be that you're a man. Make it that you're a man and it'll go faster. They'll send your food faster. And I find like they don't mess up my food ever. They don't mess up my food ever. And if you're having an issue with your deliveries, so this is another thing that I did too. So I was getting so frustrated because the other place that I lived before this, them Amazon people, they kept delivering my packages to a different place. And I know the reason was because the drivers did not want to go up steps. They did not want to go up the steps. So they would always just drop the package at the bottom floor, always at the bottom floor. So you want to know what? You want to know what I did, and they never fucked up my order again. They never fucked up my delivery again. I literally had to tell them, deliver my packages, and you need to go up the steps, and you need to deliver to the right side. You need to deliver on the right side. And I put in all caps, don't be lazy. I literally said, go up the steps, go to the right. Don't be lazy. And they never messed up. They never messed up the delivery ever again. Like, why do I have to remind you to not be a lazy piece of shit in order for you to deliver my stuff properly? Why? I was watching Bourbon Bougie, and that's another thing too. You never could just tell men something. You never could just tell them the direction or what it is they need to do. You literally have to like insult them or find some creative way for them to listen to you because they don't respect women enough to want to listen to you. There was one story, and I can't get it out of my head with Bourbon Bougie. So she did, like, it was one of the Reddit stories, right? And it was a Am I the Asshole, I think. And so there was a girl that said that she didn't want to get intimate with her boyfriend unless he took a shower because he was stinky down there. And she said that when they first got together, his hygiene wasn't a problem. And then after like the first 6 months, his hygiene was an issue. And I guess he got real, real comfortable. He felt as though he didn't need to like take a shower and he could just do the do smelling Neo kind of way. And so she was telling him, like, you smell down there. And I just want you to take a shower before we do it. And she said he would throw a fit. He would be mad. He would be upset. Okay, cool, whatever. And so he was like, well, I would do it to you if you smell any old type of way. And she's like, but the thing about it is that I don't put you in a predicament where you would even have to worry about how I smell because I always make sure that I take a shower. And the thing about it is that it's a confidence thing. And that's the thing too. Men don't get shamed. Men don't get shamed for their genitalia. They don't get shamed for their genitalia. So of course they don't think it stinks down there. They're so used to hearing about smelly, fishy vagina that they're not thinking twice that their balls probably stink. So she was like, "You wanna know what? This is what I'm gonna do." So she gave him a handy. She gave him a handy, and then what she did was she made sure that she got in there. Like, she made sure that she got the stink all over her hands, and then she put her hands in his face, and then she went back down there again, and he kept doing it, and she said that his face was scrunching all up, and he was trying to turn his head to the side, and she said that immediately he took a shower after that, and he started showering twice a day. The lengths that we have to go through, the lengths that we have to go through. Why does someone have to give you a taste of your own medicine and put you in a predicament where you got to smell how you smell in order for you to decide that you want to smell good for your partner so y'all can get intimate? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And yes, the fish smell does come from them because they just exposed the fact that BV comes from men. She said he had a cat hair or something on his yes, exactly. Yes, she lied. She was like, "There's a cat hair on your mustache." Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the other part of it. You're right. You're right. So she had to get his stinky juice. She had to get his stinky juices all over her hand and then say that he had a cat hair on his mustache so he could smell his stinky juices for him to finally realize, damn, my junk does stink. Why one of my managers snitch on me to the general manager saying I was watching a man-hating video out loud and there was no customers in store, and this darn Pygmisha snitch on me for watching your lives. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Be careful, y'all. Be careful, y'all. That's insane. Not the pick me, not the pick me sabotaging you for watching my content. Weird. I met a 60-year-old that was kicked out from her ex and she left all her furniture. I told her to jump and get a job in a U-Haul. She says she's older and can't get her stuff. Jesus. Yeah, because I'm sorry. I don't want someone to get in my private area and I don't feel confident about the cleanliness of that area. Like, that's how you know men don't get shamed enough. That's what the issue is. They don't get shamed enough. They don't have any shaming that gets done to them where they have to think twice about anything. They don't have to think twice about anything. In their brain, their penis smells like roses and daisies and it never stinks. And they only got to wipe their ass one time and all the poop's going to come off and the skid marks don't exist. Like in their brain, there's nothing wrong. They don't stink. They don't smell. They don't, in their brain, they smell pleasant 24/7. They don't need a shower. They don't need to do anything. That's the thought process in their brain. They're completely infallible. And even then they feel like the victim, like they haven't seen anything yet. Exactly. Like, I'm a man. I'm a man. These skid marks aren't real. These skid marks are portraying how manly I am. Better to be around a cat that always grew themselves. Exactly. Yes, LOL. She's married with like 4 kids. Ooh, that explains it. And I was only listening to it out loud because I thought she could relate, but clearly not. I got my headphones on always now. Yeah, y'all, please watch my content with headphones on. My content is not safe for work. Okay. My content is not safe for work. Make sure you always got headphones on if you're watching my stuff out in public because uh these women are going to be like, you're watching that bitter lady content and she going to tell the boss on you. Next guy I get with, if he has a smell, I'm overreacting. Make that face that them cats make. You ever seen them videos when the cats, it look like the cat smells something nasty and they like real over exaggerant. They're like, do that. Not safe for pick-me's. Yeah, this is a NSPE. This is an NSPE channel, not safe for pick-me's. Pick-me's know we're right about men. They're only upset we're not willing to compromise our lives the way they do, child. I remember, so I remember I first started traveling for work. This was in 2022. First started traveling for work. And I wouldn't say that I was a pick me. I just did not fully understand the liberation and freedom that men could or that women could have from dealing with men. So I guess I'll still call myself a pick me. Why not? Yeah, why not? I'm still gonna call myself a pick me. I still had some pick me ism in me. So I remember I started traveling, and the very first job that I worked on, I had this boss, and she was this woman, and she said that she had been traveling for work for like 10 years. And I was like, how do you feel about traveling for work for 10 years? Like, what about like marriage and kids and stuff like that? And she looked at me, this woman was like 40. She looked at me and she said, oh, baby, I'm never going to be getting married because I'm not going to compromise anything. I don't want to compromise anything. So I'm not going to get in a relationship or get married or have children because I'm not going to compromise anything. And obviously, I respected the reason that she gave me, obviously, but I didn't necessarily 1000% like empathize because I wasn't at that level yet where you have the full liberation and freedom mentally and emotionally from the patriarchy where you get to that point. Now I'm at my point. Yeah, this is my dust repellent, y'all. This is my dust repellent. This and makeup has been my dust repellent, but this ring look good though, don't it? This ring look good though, don't it? I got this big rock on my finger. The Dusties be having to think twice. They look at me and they're like, "Oh, she's pretty," and then they see me and I'm like, and they try to approach and they're like, "Scat." Let me go on ahead and they scurry on away, child. They scurry on away. You got the most common cut too. I forget the name. Um, oh my God, what cut is this? I forgot to. I forgot to. But yeah, I got the most common ring that will look simple. Okay. Cause child. Gone ahead and get you gone on ahead and get you your little engagement ring, y'all. At least the ring don't look like that BS ring Mariah the scientist got. Yes, Prince. I think it's princess cut. I think it's princess cut. Maybe. I don't know. Pear is pear shaped. There we go. Pear shaped. Yup. Um, that ring, they compared that ring that Mariah the scientist got. They compared it to them rings that them play rings. You remember them play rings that you used to have in a set, and it was just this big old stone. It was just this big old stone with the setting around it. That's what people were comparing it to. Yeah, teardrop, pear shape. That's what everyone said that it looked like. It looked like just them. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. You know what rings I'm talking about? Because that really is what it looks like. Let me pull it up. I'm laughing because you know people are searching this like crazy because it says Mariah the Scientist ring is the fourth search. Is the fourth search. Okay, here we go. I got it nice and big. I got it nice and big for y'all to squeeze. You squeeze it around your finger. Yeah, you're right. Princess is square. See, y'all, did Queen Sovereign, did you ever want to get married? Y'all, I don't even know the cut of rings. Have you ever dreamed of getting married? Girl, I don't even know what type of these names are for these damn rings. Okay, share screen. Is it this? Yeah. Like, what? The ring looks crazy. The ring looks absolutely crazy. Any recommendations for the ones that look real? I ordered one on Temu. It looks way too fake. Well, listen, her ring looks terrible. Okay, even my ring looks better. Even my ring looks better, and it actually looks pretty legit. Go on Amazon, y'all. Just go on Amazon. Go on Amazon and type in engagement ring, and you'll see it. You'll see a ring and it'll make sense. It'll make sense. I thought I was getting married. He would have been the biggest mistake of my life. Buying DL jewelry for a woman is gnarly. It twinkles like it's real too. Yeah, my ring is shitting on Mariah the Scientist ring. My ring is shitting on her ring. Her ring looks crazy. Her ring looks crazy. I'm about to marry myself, girl. I'm telling you. Get one from the beauty supply store. That one, the beauty supply store gonna turn your it's gonna turn your finger green. It's gonna turn your finger green. And then beauty supply store ones, you could tell that those are fake. She said paint it over with clear polish. I mean, that's only gonna last you so long, but that's only gonna last you so long. Just get one on Amazon, please. Get one on Amazon. They have really good rings. That's some little girl fake jewelry in play says, yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. It looks like those rings that you get in the little set with the big old stone and you just peel it off. Y'all remember like it gets wet and you just peel it off of the plastic ring. That's exactly what the ring looks like. At my next job, I'm going to have a fake life. I'm going to be married with kids. Girl, that's I'm back working again and ain't nobody asked me no questions about my life because they ain't nobody asked me no questions on my life. I think this ring is telling the story, y'all. Ain't nobody asked me no personal questions at work. I think the ring is telling the story. They looking at this ring like, oh yeah. They don't even want to know my personal life. Thank God. Thank God. But also I say to myself, I don't talk to nobody at work. Isn't that perfect? I'm mysterious. I got a nephew. If they ask for pics, that's who I'm gonna show. Yeah, they think I'm engaged. Yeah, that's me too. I've been at my corporate job for 3 years. Yeah, like honestly, the ring, get you a fake ring, y'all. Please. Please, y'all. The ring didn't mean a thing. The ring means a thing in my life currently. And I got a story. My husband is an engineer. We've been married for 3 years, and my father set us up. Yeah, I'm working there, and my schedule is a little hairy for the next 2 weeks. So that's the reason why I can't have my like regular live stream schedule until the beginning of the year. I'll mess around and get the set. So yeah, so y'all my me and my husband, we've been together for 3 years. He's an engineer. They are scared because they think a man will come after them if they treat you bad. So yeah, girl, get y'all's rings and yeah, get all of that together. Get all of that together. That's the most beautiful way to meet your husband. Glad your father set you up. Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Yeah, go get y'all a ring, please. Cause yeah, the Dusties are slowing down. The Dusties are slowing down. It feels good to be back where the weather's a little bit colder. I couldn't deal with it being warm all the time. It was kind of driving me crazy. Didn't you go show a picture of you and your fake husband last live stream? Sure did. Sure did. A lot of people get engaged around this time too. Yup. Yup. I'm gonna say mine is a nerd. He works as a software engineer and he owns a beach house. I gotta curate a story now. Yeah, get y'all story together and get y'all AI picture together too. Cause them AI pictures, I told y'all them AI pictures looking real now. Get y'all husband. Queen's invisible husband better than the Dusty sure is. Sure is. Born Floridian here. I want to leave so bad. You want to know what was the number one thing that was killing me about Florida? Them men, man. Them men. I don't know if it has something to do with my astrocartography because my Venus line is there in Florida. I couldn't do anything without it being a man there. Like I remember I went for a walk and I went for a walk along the causeway where the water is. These men, they kept honking and honking and honking. Oh my God. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. I was like, oh my God. When I worked in office, I said I was dating a man who comes from old money. Not an AI wedding picture. Yeah, they're gonna believe you too, because that the AI is getting real good. Ain't nobody gonna question you. The AI, I'm telling you, you could really sell a dream to folks, especially if you work with a lot of older people. Child, they'll think you're living in a mansion. They think you living in a mansion on AI. Like, yep, I got the soft life. It's too late for my current job. They know I'm single with no kids. They be looking so uncomfortable when they find that out. I love being unconventional. Yes. Make a AI record a message to stay away from my woman. Yep. Yep. Stop the dust getting into your DMs. Can y'all believe that dust storm that came in earlier? When it's, I swear, like I'm gonna start calling them dust storms because that's really what happened. It'll be one dusty that rolls on in, and then after one dusty, it'll be another dusty. That dust storm earlier, I'm still recovering from that dust storm earlier. Please unblock me. Please unblock me. And then another man talking about why I can't get on a panel. Why would I get on a panel with a bunch of men? Like these men are fucking stupid. Why would I get on a panel with a bunch of men that have nothing but a male audience that isn't going to do shit for that's not going to do shit for me? Like honestly, oh, you're not on any panel. You're not on any panel. Why would I want to be on a male panel? Why? Why would I want to be on a male panel? I can't lie about having kids because my coworker next to me, who is a single mom, whenever she asks or mentions kids in the future, I always go, ugh. You can lie about being married though, and just say me and my husband, we don't want to have kids. Me and my husband, we don't want to have kids. Yeah, seeing Priscilla school men is nice, but the men are draining energy. Yeah, and I listen, I give so much respect to Priscilla the Queenmaker because she interacted with men a lot. She was on Fresh and Fit. She was on Cooley's podcast. She talked to Charleston White. Oh, I could never. I could never. It's no amount of exposure. It's no amount of exposure that I want with any of the demographic that any of those male content creators have. I feel as though when you do panels and you do podcasts, it has to make sense for me. For me, it has to make sense. I care a lot. I care a lot about the audience, like the audience that I would garner by collaborating with certain people. If I'm not gonna garner more of an audience that supports what it is that I'm saying, I'm not gonna collaborate with that person. Like the people that I'm collaborating with, we have a very good cross conversion over having common, like over the same shared audience. So for me personally, no, I have nothing to benefit. I have nothing to benefit in I people already know I'm intelligent and people already know that I'm assertive and I'm powerful and I'm confident. Me personally, I don't need to prove that, especially not in front of no goddamn man. Yeah, she's spoken with all the Dusties. You have to be in your masculine energy to deal with them. It's really not worth it. Yeah. And like the way I look at it is this the way I look at it is this. They need no one would be watching their stuff if women weren't on it. Point blank, period. No one would be watching their stuff if women weren't on it. Point blank, fucking period. All the female content creators, we don't need no men on our platform. We don't need to bring people on our platform in order for us to be able to make a living and make money off of social media. It's the men that are making their content that they have to have women in order for anybody to watch. So no, I'm not going to put money in these men's pockets. I don't know why that dumbass man even came over here and said that. He's probably watching now from another account. That Fresh and Fit guy's ex-girlfriend is making him look like a fool now. Are we still talking about Angelica? That girl, the Latina? Or does he have a new girlfriend? Because I know he was with Angelica. Because I know he was with Angelica and they saw that she was rollerblading with somebody else. How come they don't do panels about getting money? Exactly. Like, why can't y'all do panels on having multiple streams of income and becoming a millionaire? Like, oh my gosh. Was the Asian girl really pregnant? I don't know who you're talking about. I think you're talking about Fresh. I think you're talking about Fresh, the African, the black guy, and she said that she was pregnant by him. I think you're talking about her. Don't women hate when women creators get a man because it turns into my man, child? The worst thing that a female content creator could ever do is tell people, especially when she's made content single, the worst thing that she could ever do is tell people that she's got a man. And the worst thing that she could ever do, the first commandment of breaking all rules is to make a man a part of your content. That's really when your misfortune is going to start. As soon as you make a man involved in your content, is when your misfortune begins. Just like when you start giving a man money, your misfortune will begin. As soon as you start helping out a man, that's when your life is gonna that's when your life is going to do a complete 180 for the worst. Soon as you start helping them. She said, "Let them chase kitty. It's all they want to do." Oh, I can't wait until we starve them out that they start chasing each other. We not starving them out fast enough. Like the I want the birth rate to plummet. I want them having access to our bodies to plummet. That way they can just go be with each other. Like I'm tired. These men are congregating with each other over hating women. Just massage each other's sausages and leave us out of it. Give y'all sausage massages and go on about y'all's business. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't care about them massaging each other's sausages. I know. I want the birth rate to be negative 0.0001. I want the birth rate to be negative 1,000. I want the birth rate to plummet that is people just it's people dying. We ain't having no births. Everybody's dying. What about society? You're not going to have children. What about society? What the fuck about it? Haven't you looked around? Don't you see this world? What are you talking about, society? What are you talking about? You mean the society I gotta get up and go to job to go pay bills because we live in a world where food and shelter and water ain't a basic right? And you're talking about what about society? What about humanity? What about it? I trust me, I've had plenty of conversations with my unborn child. I talked to my unborn child. They said, "Don't even worry about it." They said, "I'm good over here." They did. They said, "I don't want to do that. It's comfortable over here. We got unlimited food. We got unlimited snacks. I ain't got to clock in nowhere. I get to sleep as long as I want to sleep. I ain't got to answer to nobody. I ain't got to worry about fearing for my life." Like, trust me, they told me all of that. My unborn child told me all of that. They said the best thing I could do for them is to lead them where they at. And so guess what? That's what I'm doing. What about society? What about the world? Oh God, oh no. We're not going to make more slaves. We're not going to make more slaves for capitalism. Oh no. I love my life, but I hate that I have to depend on a career to survive. It's wild and too much. Yeah, the shit's crazy. It is. It's absolutely insane. This is why I'm like, why are Christians so against abortion? Isn't it just a free ride to heaven, child? Pro life, pro life, I'm pro life. This is what kills me about the men that are pro lifers. Actually, let me look at the statistics. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm looking up stuff. I'm looking up stuff. How come it can't do the total? I don't want to do it by state. See, this is what kills me. They're quick to say that there's a million abortions that happen annually in the United States. But I'm over here trying to find the homicide rate and they want to do it by state and per capita and they want to make the statistics all hard to find and shit. But right away, 1 million, 1 million, and it's not even a million. It's like 600,000. How many homicides in the US each year? And then they do like per 100. Like, let me ask ChatGPT. Like, I want a solid number. Next, we're gonna talk about all the theoretical people. If we were all pregnant, like, we would. I mean, we would have a million more people. According to these statistics, I guess we would have a million. We would have a million more people. We would have 609,360 more people. Damn, man. That's a lot of people, man. That's a lot of people, man. I love us women. I do. I love us women. We're exterminators. We're exterminators. Melissa, I'm getting to the point where I don't want to date again. I knew you would, girl. I knew you would, girl. Every time I remember when you first subscribed to the channel, and I remember your optimism in the chat when you were first here on the channel. Girl, trust me, I've been clocking it. I'm like, I could see it waning away little by little. I could see it little by little. I told you these men were going to wear you out, girl. I told you these men were going to wear you out, get you to thinking the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I be telling y'all. I be telling y'all, have fun when the going is good. Have fun when the going is good and get what you can. But I'm telling you, after doing that so many times, you're going to be like, fuck this. Fuck this. This ain't even worth it anymore. I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all, y'all gonna get tired of them after a while. Keep the one you got for as long as you can, and once you lose that one, you're gonna be so demotivated to want to go back out there again. You're gonna be like, man, just forget it. Just forget it. I don't have it in me anymore. I had to roll it back to the talking to the unborn child. I'm gonna use that one. Because they just do too much. They just get on my nerves. They do. They just get on my nerves and they just go. At this point, it's just like they try to find all of these elaborate ways to just try to ruin your life. That's honestly how I feel. I'm like, they just want to try any little elaborate way just to make life harder for you. And you get to the point where you're like, why would I let somebody and invite somebody into my life that's committed to making my life harder? I think women give their hypothetical children more thought and concern than men give their actual living children. Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Like, any people that make that argument and they're like, I'm pro-life, okay, well then I'll just give my child to you. I'll just give my child to you then and you could raise it. They're like, no, 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 I don't want to do that. This is too much. No, I don't want to do all of that. What are you talking about? Well, you said you were a pro-lifer. The life is in your hands now. This is I said it before. The sweetest stories I hear from women are when they get forced to have a child that they don't want, and they leave that child with the father, and they're like, listen, I want no custody. You can get full custody of the child. I will pay child support and I will go on my merry way. I love it when women are in male fields. I freaking love it. I want to see more of it happening. I do. I really want to see more of it happening with these women just saying, you want to know what? All you wanted me to have a baby. Here you go. I had the baby. I did my part. I'm out of here. I think of this really religious girl I was friends with, and she was pro-life. Like, she could not handle it. Same girl talking about she wants 5 kids, SMH, someone help her. They're gonna be, and then they have all these kids, and they're like, oh my God, I don't have any money. I'm so stressed. I'm so tired. I'm so overstimulated. I'm here while doing my wash day routine, cracking up. Like, yes, ladies, give the children to the father. I understand you done grew the life inside of you, and you feel very close to the child, and I get it. You literally used a part of your body to be able to create a whole child, and I get that. I get that. Um however, I look at it like this. The price you have to pay by keeping that child and raising their child, that child, it far exceeds the pain that you are going to feel by not being present in the child's life. You can always re-enter a child's life, maybe, if they let you. But you could always visit the child. You could always do what men do. Visit on the weekends. Do some sort of arrangement. You ain't got to be completely, you know what I mean? If men became pregnant, there would be free and legal abortion clinics on every corner. Girl, they would have a kiosk. They would have a kiosk in the mall if men could give birth. They wouldn't even have no abortion center. They would have some walk-in kiosk in the mall. And they give them a 50% off coupon in a stamp. When you go to a place often, like you go to Smoothie King or whatever, and they give you a stamp, and then you get a free one. Girl, they would be giving these men stamp cards for getting an abortion. Do 10, get the 11th free. Because the way these men be out here and can't control their lust, baby, they would be pregnant constantly. Exactly. It would be covered by insurance. Girl, these men would be pregnant constantly with the amount of lust that they got. Oh baby. Oh baby. They be having child. These men wouldn't even have to buy no pill, the Plan B pill. These men wouldn't even need to buy the Plan B pill. They would have made some juicy drink. Drink the baby away drink. They would have made them some nice little fruity drink that you could just get at the convenience store, so that way they could make sure they don't get pregnant. They would have been giving these men the princess treatment. They would have been giving these men the soft life, okay? They would have hysterectomies after the first period because of cramps. Exactly. My main guy is in the hospital driving the nurse crazy. Girl, that's every man. That's every man. And I work in healthcare. Girl, just about every man be driving a healthcare worker crazy. You made me look up the article about the men's birth control study. It was comical. They couldn't handle it. Yeah. They seized all testing for male birth control. And the symptoms, what's so funny is that the symptoms, your run of the mill symptoms, headache, nausea, discomfort, run of the mill symptoms. And they're like, oh no, a headache? Oh no, nausea, pain. Oh no. Like they said, fuck all that. They said, fuck all that. And then guess what? Then simultaneously say, these women are trying to baby trap us. And I'm tired of the government. I'm tired of the government trying to use child support against us men. And the government's trying to, okay, you had a solution to be able to get rid of all those possibilities. And you stopped at a little bit of discomfort and a headache, and you would have never had to worry about no child support or these pregnancy scares or custody, or you would have never had to worry about that again. But a headache was that was your breaking point. A headache and some nausea. Women can be sick and still go through life, but men, when they are sick, they be acting like they are dying, girl. They'd be like, oh, I'm in pain. Over nothing. Over nothing. And this is what's so crazy. This is the thing that I've noticed working in healthcare. When it's something serious, when they're having a goddamn heart attack, that's when they all of a sudden want to be tough. Oh, it's just indigestion. Don't worry about it. I can barely breathe and my chest is tightening up, but it's just them beans I had earlier. That when they're literally dying, that's when they want to be the most tough. My balls are the size of tennis balls, but it's okay. I'm not going to go to the doctor. It'll go down. It's fine. That when it be the most serious things, that's when they all of a sudden want to be tough. But then when they have a headache or they have a cold, oh my God, I'm dying. I only have 30 minutes of life left in me. Like what? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is the quote unquote logic. Ain't nothing Excedrin can't fix would have been my response, girl. And see, anytime I've ever been with a man and a man has been sick, they don't want any of my help. They don't want a single ounce of help or assistance from me. And so I guess what? I don't give it to them. They're like, no, I don't want you to cook. I don't want you to give me any medicine. Just leave me alone. You got it. You got it. Oh my God. I remember one time my ex was mad at me because I couldn't diagnose him with follicular. I wasn't able to properly diagnose him with folliculitis. He was so mad. He was like, he showed me a picture of this rash that was on his stomach. And then I told my mom about it. And we both had agreed, like, it looks like you have like some type of like inflammatory response. Take some Benadryl. And so the Benadryl wasn't working. He was like, it's not working. The Benadryl isn't working. Now I have to go to urgent care because what you're saying isn't working. And I'm like, then that means you're going to have to go to urgent care to figure out what's wrong with you. Like, obviously, the issue that you having is something that can be fixed by over-the-counter medicine. And then it turned out that he had hot bath folliculitis. And guess what? That requires, in order for you to fucking, you have, like, it's folliculitis. It's an infection. Like, you're going to have to take an antibiotic. Like, what the fuck? He was so mad. He was so mad. He was like, "You're supposed to know these things." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "See, that's why you got high bath folliculitis." I'm like, "That's why I got high bath folliculitis, and we were in the same place, dumbass." Because we went to RAAIRE. It's like the ancient hot bath place. He took us there for he took us there for Valentine's Day. And I was fine. I was completely fine. I didn't have any reaction to the hot bath. And like right after we finished going there, that's when he had that issue. Like every single hair of his follicle was raised and it was all over his stomach. And he was so pissed that I wasn't able to diagnose him with folliculitis. And it's like, you have an infection anyway. You think I'm just slanging antibiotics to be able to diagnose and give you, even if I were to be able to diagnose you? Like, no, you're gonna have to go to a damn doctor. You have to go to a doctor. It's not a bathhouse. I don't think they consider it a bathhouse. Maybe. I don't know. But it's got all those baths. I guess it is considered a bathhouse. It's an ancient bath and it's got a very just look it up. RAAIRE. Go look it up. It's like very like dark or whatever, and they have all this lighting and stuff like that. Um it was cool. It was cool. They got one in Chicago and they got one in New York. I don't think they have them anywhere else in the country. Once a man gets ill, I told them I need to stay away because I can't risk getting ill. This was a different boyfriend. So this one didn't have a dog. This one didn't have a dog. I don't know how the hell he got that because the water is hot. Yeah, the water is hot, and we even did like the salt thing because they have this whole big old rock, this big old like I have a whole Himalayan pink rock of salt, and you just take some off and you use it to exfoliate all over, and then you hop in the hot bath after. So I'm like, we're in 104-degree water. Salt will kill infection. I don't know how the hell he got that hot bath folliculitis because I was fine. Yeah, there are bathhouses for men only. That's the reason why I didn't want to call it a bathhouse because I'm like, it's not that type of party. It ain't that type of party. It's not like one of them like Asian bathhouses. It's an ancient upscale bathhouse. It costs like $300. It costs like $300 for like 2 hours there. He was just a different breed is all. Exactly. He got it because he was trash. It was so funny. And they kill me trying to self-diagnose, especially if you go to the doctor and you're good. You good, I'm good. No MF go to the doctor. Plastic couch. The Timu couch. The Sheen couch. That was the only time in my life that I looked at a man's furniture and I was like, he got this furniture from Timu. He got this couch from Timu. Because I'm sorry, like I really try my best to avoid fast fashion. And because I'm really getting into my bag and like I'm paying down my debt, like I'm giving myself full financial freedom. So I'm not spending money on shit. I'm not spending money on anything. Um, I forgot what I'm not doing any fast fashion. I'm not buying nothing. And I'm sorry. One thing I could never buy from Timu or Sheen, I could never buy nothing leather. Okay, I can't buy nothing leather from there. I feel like if I get something leather from Sheen or Timu, it's gonna smell. It's gonna stink, and the leather is going to just it's gonna crack. It's gonna snap, crack. It's gonna snap, crackle, pop. That leather gonna snap, crackle, pop. If I get me some leather from Sheen or Timu. Student loans is no joke, and yeah, I want my master's and potentially doctoral. So thankfully, I have no student loans. I have no student loans. I just honestly was irresponsible and I had a consumer problem. I had a consumer problem. And then the debt being my vehicle, but that'll be paid off very quickly. So, yeah, I'll be financially free real fast. Love how fake leather has been advertised as vegan leather. It's like that shit ain't vegan. That shit is polyurethane. There's nothing vegan about that fake ass leather. After they done use all of them artificial dyes and stuff like that in order to make the leather, that's anything but vegan. Full of a ton of crap that's probably going to give us cancer. We called it pleather in the 90s. Exactly. I don't cook, I don't clean. I just take your money and leave once honeymoon phase is over. That part. How do I know when honeymoon phase is over? When they ask me to cook, clean, or move in. It's really that simple. Really that simple. That's literally, Ooh, she said, I think my side dude put a tracking device in my car. He's watched me remove 3 tracking devices from my main guy. Knows he knows to use something other than an air tag. Ooh, child. He's keeping tabs on you, but it's the side dude. Like, what? Your dimples are so cute. Thank you. Glad I caught this live. I'm smoking Mary Jane and enjoying this live. Yes, Miss Andrews. I love that for you. I don't smoke the devil's lettuce anymore. I used to, but y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it. That stuff gets me too paranoid. Okay. That stuff gets me too paranoid. And child, I'd be sleeping too much, and then I would be smoking Mary Jane, and I couldn't dream anymore. I couldn't have no dreams. I would just sleep, and it would just be black. I'm like, I miss dreaming. This is cutting off my communication with my subconscious. I was vegan for 4 years. I've talked about me being vegan before. I was farting all the time. I was farting all of the time, and my fart smelled terrible. Oh my God. Oh my God. They could have bottled up my farts and used it for artillery in a war. I'm vegan after not eating meat and stuff for a while. If you try, it's fucking Yeah, that was my thing with being vegan, man. My farts was nothing to play with. Had me, and them farts was so bad it was burning my booty hole. That's how I knew it was gonna smell bad. I'm like, I could feel the methane. I could feel the methane coming out of my butthole. I just know that this damn fart is gonna smell terrible. Terrible. My ex-boyfriend, oh my God, my ex-boyfriend was like, he was pleading with me. He was like, please fart outside me. He was like, you can't fart in this bed anymore. You can't fart in this room anymore. Go outside. Go outside. He had to have beside his bed, he had to bring the air freshener. He had to bring the air freshener to the side of the bed and start spraying the room. Y'all, my stomach was not a big fan of being vegan. All that fiber, my stomach was like, hell nah, this is too much. This is too much. Yeah, I have never heard this as a side effect, but that is funny AF. I'm telling y'all, You're very right about the dreaming, and that is the reason I'm going to stop. Yeah, it cuts off your communication to the subconscious, and you can't dream anymore. And then you also don't get any REM sleep when you smoke Mary Jane either. That's another thing. That's the reason why that's the reason why you can't dream, because you no longer get REM sleep. Oh, I'm making a steak after I get off of this live stream. I'm making a grilled cheese with steak. That's been my go-to meal. I've been eating a lot more fat. I have not been eating a whole lot of carbs, and like the carbs can only come from fruit. It can only come from fruit or like something whole wheat. So I've been eating a lot of fat, and listen, I've been eating a grilled cheese with steak, and it's so good. It's so good. I might even cook the steak and put it inside the grilled cheese. I probably will. Ooh, steak, truffle, potatoes, creamy cheese, spinach. That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, and then I make eggs on the side too. I do. I make me some scrambled eggs on the side. So good. So good. I was vegan before and I was gassy. See, I know it wasn't just me. I knew it wasn't just me. That vegan had me stinking up places, man. If I was vegan right now, baby, then I could fart on command. Would no man want to be near me? She said I'm still dreaming, y'all tripping. It sounds like you just it just sounds like you have a good capacity. It sounds like your body was made for the Mary Jane. Me, on the other hand, yeah. I'm like, damn, I'm too paranoid. I'm over here wondering how my eyeballs look. The gas in the beginning. Steak and creamy cheese, a grilled cheese and steak. Interesting combo. Yeah, girl. You're smoking the devil's lettuce. If you got a steak and grilled cheese, this is a perfect time to experiment and try it out. I love animals so much, but veganism wasn't for me. Sorry. I need some animal protein or I feel like a Victorian child. I'm hollering. My ex dealt with it. He was like, yeah, my ex dealt with the farting. He did. He just dealt with the farting. He was just like, just go outside the room and fart, please. And he's like, I got the spray. I got the air freshener. Because them farts. And the thing about it is that younger, oh, baby, when I was younger, my flatulence, I farted out my car one time. I farted out my car. My car smelled like farts for like a whole 2 months, especially when it was cold outside. My flatulence, I don't know what was happening with my digestive system. My digestive system was all types of just messed up when I was younger. Man, I farted out my car. As soon as I got in my car, I was like, this motherfucking car smells like farts. I gotta roll all the windows down. And my car was old. I had the rolling, you have to manually do the windows. So I couldn't do all 4 windows. I could only do 1 window. I had a fart go up into my helmet. My car was containing them farts. That's why I said my farts were probably a biohazard. I'm telling you, they were a biohazard. I just got comfortable with farting. When I was younger, I was scolded by my mother who told me ladies don't fart. Child, listen, I'm farting. I'm eating, and I'm going on a fart walk. That's why I don't be eating no beans or no corn or any of that. Imagine a Dusty coming into this conversation. Child, these be the conversations that they don't be coming in on. And you over here holding in your fart. See, one thing about me, I'm not holding in no fart. I'm not holding in no fart because guess what? It's gonna go into my stomach and I'm gonna turn into a balloon and I'm gonna start floating away. I ain't gonna turn into a balloon because you don't want to hear me fart. My farts don't stink anymore. The way you sit there in your cute pink robe, rose pretty, talk about farts. I am farting and burping all over the place. I don't care. That's why I live alone. That's why I live alone. I be there sleeping. I be there sleeping in my bed, and I put my little leg. I put my little leg off to the side, and I'd be like, "Brr," and I'd be smiling. I'd be smiling right after. I'd be like, "Yes, released. I'm relieved now. Let me go back to sleep." I'd be farting, and I'd be like, "Yes, relief." I'd be smiling so big after. Yes, because I'm like, I'm in my own bed. I'm in my own bed. Ain't nobody here, man. I'm farting. I'm farting. I'm letting it go. I'm gonna release myself because no, I can't live with a man because I could never go back to holding my farts. Facts. Yeah. I'm gonna see here, my belly gonna be all expanded. And then don't get me started. Once you hold in the fart, the gas gotta go somewhere. So it's gonna creep right back up and it's gonna sit right there. It's gonna sit right there in your stomach on that left side. So now you over here like this, you like, mm-hmm, having a conversation with somebody, like, mm-hmm, holding your left side, like, yeah, uh-huh, all all contorted and scrunched up because you don't want the gas to move. So the ex, oh my God, y'all want to know something funny? So the ex that I kept farting with, the ex that I can't fart it with, y'all, I farted in his face multiple times. Farted in his face multiple times. God, I'm not gonna say what else happened. I'm not gonna say what else happened. So the first, oh, this story is hilarious. My ex honestly was disgusting. Like, if I'm just being completely honest, he was disgusting. Okay, so this is when we first started dating, right? And this was the first time that we got intimate. Crack up. So this was the first time that we were ever intimate, right? And so he was down there, doing his like oral thing or whatever, and a fart creeped out. A fart creeped out, and it was loud enough for him to hear. And he was like, "Yes, I like that." I was like, "Does he think this is a queefer?" I was like, maybe he thought that was a queef or something. Like, and then I always have this thing where when I was about to fall asleep, I would just fart. So I remember like whenever we would watch TV, he had a really big, like long couch. And so I would always be up at the top of the couch and then he would like lay his head in between my legs on the couch. And I can't watch a movie without falling asleep. I don't know what it is, but it's like a movie is a lullaby to me. A lot of the time, especially if I'm watching a movie indoors, unless it's really action packed and it's got a really good plot, I'm not gonna stay awake through a movie. And so we were watching a movie, we were staying indoors, and I just had this habit where like when I would fall asleep, you know how some people fall asleep and they catch themselves falling asleep, so they kind of twitch a little like they jerk. I would fart. So I would be falling asleep and I just burp. So his head was in between my legs. I would fall asleep and fart right on his head. I would fart right on his head and he would be like, "You farted." You farted on me. You farted on my head. You want to know what? I have not seen Death Becomes Her, but I heard it's like a cult classic. Like, I legit heard it is a cult classic because I think Meryl Streep is in it. Girl, what are we talking about? I just got here. Me farting. I made the biggest mistake of my life and let my ex-husband move back in with me. He not only ruined my house, he ruined my life. Ooh, child, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. That is terrible. My mom said you have to release because it will fly up in your head and kill you if you hold your farts. My mom is a fool. That is a high level of fear mongering to make sure that your child can fart. I gotta watch it. I do. I gotta watch it. The constant emotional regulation that is required to live with a man will drain the life out of you. Yup. That sucks though. That sucks. This is why you can't be nice to them. This is why you gotta start farting in their faces, like how I did. I be farting in these men's faces. She said fart everywhere. Exactly. Just start farting. Start farting. Be walk up in there sounding like a trumpet. 10-year condo owner. I would never move a man in or live with one. He can buy me another condo though. That part. Maybe a few sleepovers here and there. That's it. And the sleepover won't be here. Facts. Facts. Ain't no man sleeping over my place. I'll sleep over at yours because guess what? One thing about me, I got a home that I'm excited to come back to. So you ain't never got to worry about me overstaying my welcome at any man's house because I got a home that I love and I enjoy and I rush to be coming back to. See, the issue is that these men, soon as you let them up in your place, they be like, damn, I really don't like my place. I really don't like where I live at. My place sucks compared to this place. I don't want to go back there. See, they come over your place and they start getting second thoughts about how they live in. And so then they be like, damn, it's nice over here. It's nice. He got snacks. She got some snacks and the decor is nice. And she got these nice fuzzy throw covers and these nice pillows. Like they start scooping the spot and they're like, this is nice. This is nice. They be looking at your place like it's a hotel. Next thing you know, you coming home from work, he got your robe on. He got your robe on coming out the shower. Like what? He don't use your girly dove. He don't use your girly dove body wash. And he done use your shampoo, your good shampoo. He done put on your Sol de Janeiro lotion. He's gonna be like, I'm feeling bonita. Thanks, guys. Thanks for complimenting me on the robe. That's just so funny that I went on a whole tangent about farting because, yeah, I really had to go on a tangent about me farting because that's all I was doing was farting. So what's the tea for today? He gonna sit down at the table with your robe on and be like, so how was work? He gonna have his little coffee pot, his little teacup. So how was work today? Am I stupid for finding her more easily to connect with the natural look? No. That's the reason why I don't wear makeup all the time on the channel. He shaved his legs too, feeling gorgeous. Yeah, baby. He's like, this is the life. This is nice. The shower, the water pressure in the shower was good. The water don't get cold after 5 minutes. Like, he gonna notice every little thing. He gonna notice every little thing at your place. He is going to be just completely just flabbergasted at how much nicer your place is in comparison to his. Oh, child, no. Mm-mm. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Not happening. Your bathroom is just so big, and he gonna start noticing shit you don't even pay attention about. He gonna be over here like, oh my God, you have a food disposal, you have a garbage disposal. I don't have that. Start noticing every little thing. He could stay over, but only if he helps to pay for my studies that I finish and paid off, by the way. No way I can have shit with men without, or S with men, smex with men without giving something in return. Sorry, I'm a total HOE and we all love it. You look in the medicine closet and he done moved his toothbrush in. You got marble counters and ish. They start noticing all of the perks of your place, and they be like, I'm never leaving. Next thing you know, he go home and he come back. He got his spend a night bag. He got his spend a night bag, and you're like, why are you bringing that bag for? Why you bringing that bag for? What are you talking about? Oh my God, that made me remember this real a woman of hood dudes being impressed by Ish. You eat healthy, some vegetable names. Like, oh my God, they're just impressed by the dumbest things. You got water, you got I had one ex that I got one ex and he was like, you don't drink water from the tap? You don't drink water from the tap or from the refrigerator? I said, "No, I buy spring water and I drink the spring water because I'm not drinking tap or filtered water. I only drink spring." Wow, you drink spring water? Wow. And this spring water tastes so much better than the filtered water. Like, don't don't even. Don't even. All right, let me block this weirdo. Ooh, the ghetto. I don't even spend time alone with males. Grape risk is too high. I'm gonna start farting everywhere, including at Walmart. I am tired of men telling me to smile. I'm like, sir, I'm just trying to buy a pack of chicken and go home. Jeez. Oh my God, I heard if you let him stay more than 2 nights, he'll move in. Yep. Yep. Don't do it. Don't do it. What's with the weirdos in the chat today? I forgot. Today is Sunday. I forgot. Today is Sunday. So the dusties are off the clock. This is the reason why I like to stream during the weekday in the morning, because we don't get it really, there's no weirdo dusties because they're at work. But we'll be back. We'll be back on our regular schedule programming so we can get these dusties up out of here. Yes, at the Walmart because it's an apocalypse. Child, it may sound bougie, but I don't even shop at Walmart. I can't shop at Walmart. Those people scare me. It will be my first time going out to a bar with some girls I met at college. Any advice or tips? I know the safety tidbits. Um Honestly, if you know all the safety tidbits, it's really not much that I need to tell you. I like to observe people. So I would I'm a people watcher. So this is the first time you went out with them. I would stay relatively quiet, like, laugh and kind of involve yourself so you don't make it so obvious, too obvious that you're a standout. But I would just be observant, honestly, pay attention to what they're talking about and see if they're, I mean, y'all are in college, y'all are going to be male centered to some degree. But other than that, have fun. Just be safe. Have fun. I didn't think you did that because of that too, child. No, it will be my. Oh, I already answered that question. Strict boundaries with girl groups. Don't tell your business and observe behavior. Just vibe, but don't do anything you don't want to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all very good advice. Observe. Don't let that alcohol make your lips get flaccid and make your lips get flappy and you start spilling all this tea on with your life. Just chill, don't drink too much, peep the scene, involve yourself lightly, and just have a good time. Just have a good time. Queen, I don't like talking, but don't like my job currently and have an interview for a marketing greeter tomorrow. I'm thinking of not going because in marketing, you have to sell, right? And talk a lot. Yeah, it doesn't sound like you should go to that interview personally. In my opinion, excuse me, in my opinion, you'd be wasting your time. I mean, unless you're really hurting to leave your job and it's like do or die and you need to leave that job that you're at immediately. So you just may have to suck up something else in order to get out of your job. But if it's no sense of urgency for you to leave your current job, I wouldn't go. Yeah, I don't go out with friends anymore. I don't go out with friends. You could be a digital marketer online and own your own brand. Yeah, she knows that. She knows that. She's already kind of doing it anyway, in a way. I lie when I'm around people I don't know. People are too nosy. Girl, I mean, you can at least go better than not going at all, and you might have the chance. Yeah, I mean, me personally, so the way I look at it is it's like, okay, I have to look at the investment that I'll make with my energy and then how much money I would be getting to see if it's worth the investment. So if it's something that I really hate doing, but I already have something, they would have to reward me handsomely financially for it to make sense in order for me to do it. Um, because you are exchanging your time for your energy, or you are exchanging your time for your money. So if I'm going to be exchanging my time doing something that I don't want to do, it needs to make sense financially. Because I mean, I have a YouTube channel, so obviously I like talking to a camera and I like talking to people online, but in person, I just like, yeah. Have you noticed the more you are focused on your sovereignty that you just attract trauma bonded women that want to lure you into their friend group? I feel as though when you cross over and you start transitioning into sovereignty, yes, that's going to be common. It's a test from the universe, honestly. Um, it's a test from the universe to see how committed you're going to be to your sovereignty. And so the universe is always going to give you tests. They're going to send friends your way that are going to try to reel you back into your old habits. It's going to send like exes or new men and stuff like that to try to like test you, to try to like reel you back in, and try to prey on you being lonely or you being vulnerable. That's expected. That is 1000% expected, and it's guaranteed to happen. Mhm. Exactly. Hanging out is very expensive, and I got big girl bills to pay. Yes. What's the best way to use men for networking purposes, but keep them at bay? They really make me throw up. I mean, there's always all types of like business events, especially if you live in a major city. All you have to do is get on Eventbrite and go to, I'm not sure what sector you're in or what your end goal is with networking, but I mean there are a ton of events that you can look at on Eventbrite. And you can go to those events and you can exchange numbers or contact information and network that way with men that have notoriety. There's charity events, there's galas. I mean, there's all types of events where you could put yourself out there and network with men that you know, that are going to be able to benefit you when it comes to networking. Same. I'm awkward. I'm kind of awkward with other people. And so I don't really hang out with people. And the things I want to talk about, most of them don't want to talk about anyway. So I'm in entertainment in LA. I try to avoid men, but it's hard not to deal with them without them trying to make advances. Yeah, the thing about it is that, I mean, behind a lot of dominating fields, especially in places like LA, like the gatekeeper and like the person on the other side or the thing that you need to get on the other side is it's gonna be a man. And especially in a place like LA is gonna that's gonna kind of come with the territory. But I think a lot of the time, if you're very, very assertive, if you're very, very assertive, it's going to weed more of the men out. And so I feel like when you're leading with being assertive, it will weed out a decent amount of men. That way, you won't have as many men giving you advances. I'm going to be doing a lot more finance talk over on the Patreon because 2026 is a year of finance for me. I am not playing the fuck around. I have budgeted my life so much. Within the past 8 months, I was able to pay down so much debt. And so, yeah, I definitely want to help women get like more financially savvy because it's important. When you're assertive, men have opinions on that. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. You're either going to be assertive and you're going to be off putting to a man right away, or you're going to play into what these men want from you. And then they're going to expect a sexual favor in order for you to receive what it is that you want from them. The boundary of everybody is different, but it sounds like she don't want to do the latter. So the former may work for her better. Yeah, we're getting money in 2026. We're going to have financial freedom in 2026. We're going to be debt free in 2026. I solely live off of the stock market, queen. What? What? You got to teach me. You got to teach me. So I did have a friend teach me how to do stock options, and like the stock market is like something that I definitely am going to get into because I don't want to go into real estate. And the reason why I don't want to do real estate investments is because I plan to travel like a lot. Like once my finances are and I have everything squared away, I want to travel and I don't want to worry about investment properties or delegating people to worry about getting renters in and stuff like that. I just don't want to deal with it. I want something that I can have that I can kind of like have like, I don't have to obviously have to be on top of the stock market, but I can be on top of it without having it to be delegated to other people is what I'm saying. Exactly. When they help you, they expect you to give them your kitty cat. I used to watch Earn Your Leisure all the time. all of the time. I will join your Patreon visually. I don't do options. It's too risky because they expire. I just do regular stocks. So well, you're living off of it. So obviously you're buying and you're like selling. You're buying and you're selling stock. Because I get like honestly, I get the complete basis of stocks. Like I actually do have like some like things like in the stock market, but it's definitely my next move. Yes, but yeah, stocks is definitely the thing that I want to do. Maybe you could start traveling as a flight attendant, travel and work all in one. Just was thinking of that. You go cool places, see the world, etc. I don't know. That actually isn't a bad idea. That isn't a bad idea to be a flight attendant. My coworker Ben told me to look at weight loss shot stocks, the pharmaceutical stocks. Yeah, AI. There's a lot of there's a lot of things in the stock market that you be able to buy. All you have to do is just do research, look into companies, um, like any companies that are going public. Like I don't know if Klarna and them, I think they claim that they wanted to go public. And yeah, I want to live in Asia. I want to live in Thailand. I need to start working on speaking Thai. I need to start working on speaking Thai. There's so many things I want to do. Insta gave me an ad talking about this will give you goosebumps, but we know your future husband's last name. Those things are so weird. Like, that's super weird. We know your future husband's last name. Yeah, okay. They're going to be like, in the last name, they're going to scam you and they're going to be like, your future husband's last name is Smith. The most common fucking last name. Your future husband's last name is Johnson. How these men always withhold knowledge from you that would benefit you. Yeah, and to me that's a waste. I want you to teach me how to catch fish. I don't want you to just give me fish. Teach me how to catch fish too, right? But of course they don't want to do that because they don't want you to be in a predicament where you don't need their money anymore. Just Google top stocks 2025 and check the charts. I choose the ones that have been consistently going up and also choose companies that are worth millions, billions. Okay. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Patty. See, I love our chat. I love our community because we're so helpful on here. We're so helpful on here. We even had one girl who's a subscriber. She said that she makes her money from being a phone operator, a spicy phone operator. And she told us what site she uses to make her money. Like, Queen, if I buy your Patreon, would I be able to message you directly? You can message me directly. But the only thing about it is that you would be able to message me directly. I try my best to be able to respond to like all of the messages. And for the most part, I think I do respond to pretty much all of the messages. Um, it just depends on the capacity of what people need and what people need help with. That's how you know men withhold everything of value to control us. 1,000%. Like, teach me what I would need in order to make money. You know what I mean? So with the messaging, I'll message you back, but I can't do it like it won't be like consult style. So if someone messages me on Patreon and it's like something that's like a large problem to be solved, I'll probably just kind of give you a run of the mill response because I don't do consults anymore. I don't do consultations anymore. Um I literally just did like my last one because I was doing a bundle, and there were some people that were trying to finish up like whatever we had left over from like the bundle that I was doing, but I don't do consultations anymore. So that's the only thing. Y'all are so funny trying to get in Queen's DMs. Even on TikTok, I get a lot of messages and I don't respond, but some of them I open up. Some of them I'll open up. It's just hard because sometimes it's in mass and it's kind of hard to read everything. Then I'll get emails and I won't respond to the emails, but I will be like, okay, I'll keep this piece of content in mind to cover. Like I have, oh my God, I have so many saved emails. We love women helping women and legitimately wanting to help women succeed. Yes. Speaking of you looking like a basketball player's wife, maybe one will go into your DMs one of these days. Child, never. I thought about adding a master's in psychology. I mean, we probably would get a lot of male clients too, wouldn't we? Child, the only thing about that with psychology, especially with male clients, it's like they're only gonna come for 2 sessions and be like, I'm fixed. I'm solved. I don't need any more help. The problem is resolved. I fixed everything after 2 sessions. I don't need this anymore. I feel like male clients, they're just after a few sessions, they're like, I'm fixed. We fixed everything. All of my trauma is solved. It only took 3 hours. It only took 3 hours for me to talk to somebody, for me to have all of my life problems fixed. We even fixed my trauma. We even fixed my trauma from the 6th grade. I'm healed. Could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine? That would be hilarious. God is my counselor. I'm telling you, no man does a rebrand harder than a narcissist turning to religion. I work with male clients specifically in substance use and child the cognitive dissonance. Exactly. My mother did that. She's male identified, pick me shy. Just stay away from her, and she's getting worse. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I can't stand that. Like they go to 3 therapy sessions, and they're like, "See, I went to therapy and we fixed everything." Oh my lord! But I do believe it's a large deal with men, especially in the black dating scene, due to intersectionality. I've dated men who seem to get jealous of me. Child, they jealous. They jealous of all women because we're the bomb diggity. They want to be us. But y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get off of here. I think my sugar gave me even wrong advice on stocks. His stocks haven't grown ish, and this a-hole made such a fuzz about helping. Ciao. But y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I love you guys. Ooh, excuse me. I love y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all of that stuff. I actually was on here for a while today. I was on here for almost 3 hours. I feel like the time went by real fast, but I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me this Sunday before the week gets started for everybody. And remember, keep them hobosexuals cold this winter. Keep them out of your house. Don't let them come in. Keep your doors locked, closed, and secured. I love y'all. Bye.